Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I created this cute, adorable explosion box. So go ahead and check this out. Voila! Woo! Isn't that cute? So if you're interested in seeing how I made this box as well as decorated it, please do stay tuned. Welcome everyone. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Claudette with Miss Puff Creative Corner. So let's jump into the creation of this explosion box. So what you're gonna need, let me show you a couple things that I used. First off, I used the Country Gig'em Designer Series paper. It's 6x6, and this is new by Stampin' Up in their new mini catalog. And this mini catalog started in January, ends in April 2023. So I used some paper from that. And as well as I'm also using the stamp set Country Bouquet, and that's also in their mini catalog. So this is a photo Palmer stamp set. I'm also going to be using some red ribbon, and this is in the clearance section. I checked and they still have availability. So if you're interested in any of these products, I'm going to leave the information in the description box down below. I am also going to be using their hot punches. This is a dual set that they have. So you get these two that comes two for the price of one. So they have the scallop edge and then the plain heart. Alrighty, let's start here. We're going to start with some white cardstock. So let's get my scoring tool up. And this cardstock is measuring 7.5 by 7.5. And then we're going to score 2.5 on either side. So let's put it at the 2.5 mark. And we're going to go ahead and score that. I'm going to get that nice and deep because this is white cardstock. And so sometimes that indentation is hard for us to see. So I'm going to go ahead, flip this around. And then we're going to do 2.5 on either sides. And this is for the bottom of our box. So now I'm going to get some scissors. So with this, what I'm going to do is cut out the squares on each upper corner. You could also use your paper trimmer to do this too as well. You'd probably get cleaner lines. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and use scissors to get this cut out. Okay, so now we have those squares cut out and these upper and lower corners. So now what we're just gonna do is, let's go ahead and design them before we go ahead and fold. So each of these little squares are 2.5 by 2.5. So I have some designer series paper and that Gig'em paper I told you about, and these are 2 7/16, and these measurements are in inches. So what I'm going to do is get some glue, and we're going to adhere the designer series paper to those square panels. So we just want a little hint of the white showing, or I just want a little hint of the white showing. You could make your zone a little shorter if you choose to. So that's the bottom of our box. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is just fold those and the crease. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and decorate the inside panel. And with the inside panel, I'm just using solid color cardstock, and this is mint macaron by Stampin' Up. So I have 5 inside panels, and these are 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. So we're gonna go ahead, and before I do that, what I want to do is stamp. I have these. These are a pom-pom kit that I got from Dollar Tree, and they came with 6 pieces in there. So I went ahead and create these little creatures. So I want to have that on the inside on this panel right here. So what I want to do is maybe just stamp a sentiment, and I want to make sure it fits okay before I glue it down. So if I make a mistake with my stamp, I could always flip it over on the opposite side and stamp there. So let's see. So the sentiment that I'm going to use is I love that we are friends, from that stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it in this sweet. So I'm going to use this sentiment here. I love that we are friends. And I'm going to be using this sweet sorbet color, and this is by Stampin' Up. So we're just going to go ahead and ink that up. And I am just going to stamp it as far as I can to the edge. Okay, so that came out a little crooked. So what I'm going to do is flip it over on that side, and I'm going to try to get it more in the center. So let's try that again. And I just want it more in the center of my cardstock. And with the full photopalmer stamps, you should use a little cushion to the bottom. There we go. That's so much better. And I think I'll have room to put my little creature there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and glue down our panels. Next, what I'm going to do is go ahead and add the treats in the inside. So I'm going to put this little creature right here. I'm going to get some glue dots. So we're just going to add a couple glue dots to the bottom of his feet. And then we're just going to stick him down. Make sure he's not close to that edge so you'll be able to close. I could have stamped this a little lower down, but it'll still work there. And we'll still close because that's cushion, it'll fold. So next what I'm going to do is get my candies. Our chocolate, I have these little chocolate hearts. And I am going to put those down with glue dots too as well. These are heavy, so I'm going to make sure I have a couple glue dots on here. And then you want your, it's nice that the candies are heavy. That's going to help your explosion box open and flap down nicely. So I'm going to add that one right here. one here. Then I got some sweet tarts. So these are a little long. So what I'm going to do is get some Scotch tape and fold the ends in. I'm just going to cut this in half. So we're just going to fold these ends in and tape those in. And then we'll add some glue dots to that. Then I'm just going to slant that. And then we'll do the same to the other sweet tart. Okay, so that's the bottom of our box. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do the top of our box. So, okay, so I'm coming in now with another piece of white cardstock, and of course you could use any color of your choice. This is measuring 4 1/8 of an inch by 4 1/8 of an inch, and we're going to go ahead and score that at 3/4 of an inch on either side. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make some little slits. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you could see what I'm doing. Okay, so I don't know if you could see the score lines, and we're just going to make little slits here. So I'm just going to cut a slit here and a slit here, and just in front we're going to do the slits right here. Stay along the side, so you could do it on either side. Okay, it doesn't matter which side. So I would cut on this side and just go on the opposite side, so it'll be easier for you to remember. And we're going to do like a miter cut and take out a little sliver, a triangle cut. Okay, and that's going to help us help the lid close evenly. So we're going to do that here. So we're going to go on the opposite side and do the same thing. Okay, okay, so that's how it should look. So what we're going to do is fold along those creases, fold along those score lines. You could burnish it if you would like. So what I'm going to do is so I'm going to make sure it's closed nice and even, and try not to see like how this kind of protruding over there. That's why you like to get the miter cuts. So I'm just going to check each one to see how much it extends to the edge. So that one looks good. That one looks good. See, that one is protruding a little bit. So let me see if I could cut it down a little bit more. See, that's a little better. This one is sticking up a little bit, so I'm going to cut this down. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So there we go with this. So now we're going to go ahead and decorate our lid. So the square on the top lid is measuring 2 5/8. So we're going to go ahead and cut the panel for the top here at 2 9/16 of an inch. So that's this size. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the top. And then for these side panels, they are measuring 2.5 by 11/16 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those to those panels. Okay, these are going to be a little bit off because of the miter cut. So you could trim that off. Okay, so next what we're going to do is just fold our box in. So these little flaps right here, the white area that didn't have any green is going to go on the inside. Just going to hold a little pressure while it catches itself. And then we'll go ahead and go around and do the remaining 3 flaps. And that's the top of our lid. I love how this mint looks, the mint macaron and the white. So let's see if it fits the bottom of our box. Then we'll go ahead and decorate the lid. So what I do is I just fold it up, hold it from the bottom, and sort of pinch it and get it in there in the top, and it fits. Okay, so that's how it's looking. It's fit pretty well. So I'm gonna look around here and see. I see this here lip comes over a little bit. The rest looks pretty good. So I think I'm gonna put my bow right there so the tails would kind of hide that. Let's go ahead and decorate the top of our box. So I have a white piece of cardstock, and this is measuring about 2.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch roughly. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment on here saying, and the sentiment is just wanted to say, so let's go ahead and stamp that up. I'm using the same sweet sorbet. I'll try to get that in the middle. And I am going to trim this down so it could, I'm going to trim this down so it could be a little slimmer. Next, I'm going to bring in a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to be stamping a heart, and we're going to do a 2-step stamp. And so we're going to be creating a heart. So I'm going to be using a red ink and a green ink. And so I am going to start with the red ink. And I'm going to use the one that has the flowers on there. And I am going to go down here and just stamp it to the bottom. And then I am going to come in with some green. And this is old olive green. Let's see, ink that up. And let's see, I'll try to line that up as best as I can. Okay, so that came out pretty good. So what we're gonna do is come in with our dual heart punch. So you could hand cut this out, but I'm gonna go ahead with the plain heart, and I'm gonna cut that out. And then next, what I'm going to do is bring in that sorbet, sweet sorbet. And I am going to use the scallop punch. And next, what we're going to do is I'm going to attach it to this. I'm going to get my glue, adhere that. Next, I'm going to get some dimensionals and put to the back of my heart. We're going to pop that up on the box. So we're going to put that to the top of our box on the lid. Then we're going to come in with this and put this on a slant. So it looks sort of like an arrow going through the heart, right? So let's go ahead and I'm just going to add glue here to the middle of the sign, the sentiment. And I'm going to put it across like that. Then next, what I'm going to do is get the ribbon. And this is the faux linen ribbon, and this is on clearance right now by Stampin' Up, and this is 3/8 of an inch, and you get 10 yards, and I think it's on clearance for $3. So if you guys got any creative value from today's video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you could be notified when I upload my latest videos. So we're just going to get a glue dot, put to the back of that knot on our bow, and add it right here. Make sure it's in the center. And that is our box, guys. If you like what you saw here today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so this is the one that I created, and let's see if it works, okay? Oh, wow, look at that. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.